cord.
I had thought about
What'd you say, Miss Linda? I'm sorry.
getting smaller,
A what?
smaller size, a medium size,
In
medium
what?
size.
In what shirt?
Is it a pink or
Like this coral
what
color?
color is that? Yeah,
A
coral.
t
Yeah,
a t-shirt. In a size medium.
one like that in me.
Okay, I can do that. I really like our pink sweatshirts. I wore it one time. We thankfully we don't have too much cold weather. Let's see. So I got you for a coral t-shirt. I got I got Nora for a medium pink sweatshirt, and then let's see. We got Annie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If Miss Annie comes today, today will be her 11th class. So she'll get to choose, and she's brand new to the game, and so this this proposal doesn't really apply to her, I guess, unless she wants to forgo a T-shirt and get something else. So anyway,
Well, you did put down medium, right?
yes, ma'am, medium coral T-shirt,
Okay.
and I don't. I'm going to say we have that. I'm not real sure without double checking. I know. At one time, I ran out of certain colors. I know I think it was with the sweatshirts. All right, so as we progress through class, I try to reiterate lessons that we've learned because we've done this before. Today's lesson that I really want to push is the listen to your body lesson. You know your body better than anybody. And so you know when your body needs some rest and some just reconfiguration or modified movements to take care of yourself. And so whatever I have done to myself, I really don't know for sure, but I know I have something going on to where I cannot walk properly. And so I was in the emergency room on Sunday with severe pain, and they have given me medicine, and Lord, I'm so thankful for it. Muscle relaxers, pain relief, and steroids. And so I am able to walk without excruciating pain, but I want to protect myself and not do a lot of that weight transfer like we do whenever we do Tai Chi standing. So today we'll be doing Tai Chi seated, and let me see if I have my camera set in the right spot for that. And hopefully you can hear me too.
Just happened this Sunday?
Well, if you remember me talking about my hips hurting and how I just kind of brushed it off as perimenopause symptoms, well, apparently I had tweaked my glute muscle, and me thinking it was my hips, because every time I walked, utilize my hips, it would not feel good. But on Friday, it just hurt a little bit more. And I woke up in the middle of the night Friday, and I was in such pain. My husband said, "Do you need to go to the emergency room?" And I thought he was just poking fun at me, and I was like, "No." So in the morning I got up and I kind of did an exploration with my hands to find kind of the source of the pain, and it was in my gluteal muscle, my butt muscle. And so I did a gua sha massage. I did Epsom salt soak with lavender. I did the essential oils that have peppermint, and I was trying to do the way without medicine, without going to the doctor. And then Saturday was prom, and I did a lot of running around, and I think I overdid it. And by Saturday night, I was so miserable. And Sunday morning, I finally just gave in and was like, "Honey, I got to get help," because I was just hurting so bad. So at the ER, they thought I may have had sciatic nerve, but I didn't believe that because I knew what my pain was and I knew where the source was. And they did x-rays. My back is fine. They did x-rays. My hips are fine. And they gave me that medicine and told me in 3 days, if it wasn't better, then I needed to go to the orthopedic doctor and get an MRI. And so by Sunday night, I was significantly better, probably from the anti-inflammatory. I haven't taken the pain medicine since at the hospital when they gave me a shot of it. And then I have a prescription for pain medicine, but I haven't taken it because I'm not really in pain anymore. I'm more uncomfortable and just being real like tender with the way I'm walking, and so I don't feel like I need pain medicine. So on that note, and this is just my personal feelings about pain medicine, is that it masks a problem. And pain is a way for your body to tell you something is wrong. And so if you take pain pills and you can't feel pain, then you may hurt yourself worse. So think about that. There's some times where you have to take something for it. And I just try to avoid it just because I want to feel the pain if my body has that problem. And so that's just how I feel about it. Y'all know that I'm a huge proponent of increased body awareness because of Tai Chi, in the way we hold our bodies and the way we move our bodies, and to be very in touch with ourselves. And like I said at the beginning, no one knows your body more than you know it. And always be an advocate for yourself, and always make any kind of changes for safety to protect yourself. And we really learned that in Tai Chi, and I think that that ER doctor really didn't understand that, because he's a medical doctor. His answer to things is a pill. So I don't tend to lean on that until it's extremely necessary. So it's always good to revisit seated Tai Chi. Y'all know that I find it especially challenging, but it's good to be able to do it because sometimes we have limitations. So I'm in this chair, my feet are grounded on the floor, and so typically I like to scoot up in the chair where I'm able to use my own muscle strength to hold myself upright, because we still want to have that upright posture and not rely on the back of the chair to hold us. And because holding ourselves upright helps develop those muscles, those core muscles. When our core muscles are strong, the ones that's in our front, stomach and all, and then the ones that are in our back, that helps us stay upright. And we want those to be strong. We don't want the chair to take over. We want to be able to use our bodies. However, I will say this morning when I did it, I just kind of got fatigued with that, and so I did scoot back and I allowed the chair to give me some assistance, but I was still engaging my core muscles. So that is an example of modification to protect myself. And so I try to remind you of those things, but now I can just show you in real time because of what's going on with me. And some moves, you do want to scoot back because you want the seat of the chair to support your legs, so that when you do certain movements, you don't have to put strain on your back and use these quadricep muscles to move your leg. If it wasn't supported by this chair, it'd be a whole lot more intense to move. And so, again, it's just about listening to your body. So, whenever we do our warm-up seated, we still open and close our hands, moving our arms, bending those elbows, You see I'm kind of doing a really small march. I'm barely taking my feet off the floor. Or if that's too much, then I can tap my toes and tap my heels. It's just getting that blood flowing, going through our bodies. So you can raise your knees up high if you feel okay with that. But it is less intense whenever you're doing it seated. So we still want to get warmed up to do our Tai Chi exercises. So the movements, especially considering our lower body, are a little bit different than standing, with good reason. The beginning of our warm-ups for our neck, shoulders, and spine, they're pretty much the same because there aren't any lower body movements. What I noticed earlier was that when I did scoot back in my chair, the back of my seat kind of kept me from doing moves like I would normally do them whenever I'm standing. So, just be aware of that obstacle. I noticed that whenever my arm would hit the back of that chair, that I would kind of lift my arm up and away and start creating tension right here in my shoulder and my neck. So just be aware of that. And if you feel that tension grab, then let it go and make the adjustment. Again, body awareness is just the lesson of the day. Making modified choices to protect yourself. Probably the worst thing we can do is stop moving at all. When you're in extreme pain, it's really hard to move, and you probably shouldn't. But as you feel a little relief from pain, trying to go through those motions, and I'm taking it easy today, and we good. We Gucci, y'all. All right, so let's begin with our neck warm up. I'm coming back to the front of the chair. My feet are grounded. My feet are about shoulder width and hip width apart. So even seated, I still follow that rule of upright posture and my feet here. If I were to pull my feet together, man, I feel a lot of tension right here in my hips. Here, it's more relaxed. So pay attention to that body. All right, so we're going to start with our neck. And I'm going to turn our music on. Which is not the same without our music. I think my phone's sleepy. But I got a lot of messages earlier that says that my internet is unstable. You know how it has done that every now and again? So 3 different times it says the internet was unstable. So if I freeze up, just let me know. It doesn't mean I can do anything about it, because the internet has a mind of its own. Even though I'm plugged into the wall internet, apparently that's no guarantees that my internet is going to be stable, which is a little frustrating. Alright, so for our neck, we do the same thing that we do standing. Our hands are to our side. We bring our hands up, palms down, turn and pull them towards our chin and chest, turn and push away, and then follow those hands all the way down, chin to chest. Pay attention to your breath. Don't catch yourself if you hold your breath and continue to breathe. Now, last week in my Wednesday class, that a lady admitted to that. She's like, I'm always catching myself holding my breath. And so it makes me happy to know that she was paying attention to her body, because I do preach that body awareness and kind of doing that scan through and seeing if there's any issues anywhere. Our other neck exercise starts out that same way. We drop one hand, follow that one to the side and back to the front. Now let's roll our shoulders. Now usually our hands are on the side of our legs. We're kind of drawing those little circles about the size of a quarter. But my hands are past my legs on this. So they're just doing those circles in the air. Roll our shoulders back. Oh, this feels so good. You know, when we're in pain, and I've told y'all this before, we tend to tense up because it hurts. You know, we're just like, oh gosh, you just don't even want to move to breathe. You just tense all the way up, and that's can cause you to have more pain. So if you can find a way to relax and breathe through pain, then that's helpful. If you can get in a bathtub and let that water just support your body so it doesn't have to have gravity pushing it on, into a surface, then soaking in a warm bath with Epsom salts can help relieve tension too. Today at lunch, I went to Walmart, wanted to get Olivia a birthday card and some cookies for her to take to dance. But two, I got some more Epsom salts, and so I'm going to do another Epsom salt bath soak tonight whenever I get home. Magnesium, which is in Epsom salt, that's a mineral that's in Epsom salt. It is a natural painkiller, anti-inflammatory. So that's why Epsom salt baths are so good for sore muscles. I'm kind of a woo-woo chick, y'all. But I believe God made our bodies in a way that can heal themselves. Sometimes we have to go to the doctor for additional help, but I'm going to try to let nature take its course before I go that route. And obviously I'm willing to, because I was at the emergency room Sunday. Well, let's go stretch our spine. Earlier when I was doing this move, my back just popped. And it was like, oh, that felt so good. There it goes again. Oh, y'all. That was intense. I just pushed and thought about my spine stretching, and then it went pop, 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 pop. But I've been sitting on the couch for 2 days, and laying around is just terrible. Look at me trying to lock my hand to try to pop it, but we don't lock our joints. We do keep a soft bend. It's when I do this side, that's when all that popping happens. Oh, gosh. I forgot about my ball. It felt so good. Oh, is she doing Tai Chi or is she just doing whatever? All right, let's give it up. Side to side. The hand on top tells us what direction to go. I love this exercise done seated. Why? Because you're less likely to go too far. When you stand up, it's a lot easier to go too far because you don't have anything to give you a sign. So for instance, if I go way over here, I can feel me moving in the chair. I can feel this lift off the chair as I go too far. And so that doesn't happen when you stand up. It's a lot easier to go too far. So doing this seated really reminds you what a short trip it is side to side. So please know today that you are welcome to do your Tai Chi standing. You don't have to do it seated. You've been in this program long enough to know how these moves are in a standing position without me demonstrating, but I'm doing it seated. All right, now we're moving to our spine. to our hips. Now when we stand and do it to our hips, or do this movement to our hips, we place our heel forward and our hands back. We come to center, then we put our toe back like a kickstand and our hands forward. Well, you're not going to put your foot back in a chair. You're more likely to fall out of your chair if you do. So the seated version of this warm-up is heel forward, hands back, then back to that starting position, but you can still put your hands up. And then you can go to the other side. Now what I want you to recognize is when the foot is extended, what's happening with this leg? This leg may naturally kind of push into the floor, so it's kind of a stable point for you. It makes it easier to extend that leg. Or you may keep it relaxed and not push it in the floor, but you can see a difference. When you push into the floor just a little bit, then I find that movement to be easier. And so that's kind of our little stabilizer. So when I do this seated, I go back and forth. When we do it standing, we do one leg 3 times, and then we go and do the other side 3 times. But when I do it seated, I do one at a time. Notice we still go slow, smooth, and continuous. See, I got off again. Look what I'm doing. Hands forward, foot out. It's easy to get put on the same side because we don't have that extra tap, even though we're moving our hands like we do. And our brains fight cross-lateral movements. So actually moving one way with one body part and the other way with the other end, it just kind of scroodles our brain up. It wants to make it all the same, which is it's a challenge for us, which is good. All right, the other hip exercise, when we do it standing, we shift weight to one leg and then tap the other foot out. Now, you can do this seated without falling out of your chair. So that is an option. Another option is to lay that leg out. So my hands are going to the opposite direction and I've just laid that knee out, and you can feel this stretch right here in your groin or your inner thigh, your hip area. You can't do this standing, so why not take advantage of it while we're doing it seated? Just let those muscles stretch, take your time, and just lean that knee over. That feels really good on my hip. Oh, there's Annie Brett. Let me let her in and mark her present. Okay, so we're here. Miss Annie, I'm doing seated Tai Chi today. We're in our warm-ups. We just, we're working on our hip. This one is the way that you stretch your hip whenever we're seated. And now we're moving into the warm-up of our knees. And so, Miss Annie, before I forget, no class next week. We're going to my son's baseball game. My mom's going to be in town, so I won't be able to do class next week. So no class then. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Also, today is your 11th class, so if you'll tell me what color shirt and size you want. We have the coral, we have the gray, and we have this like teal blue.
Do the teal blue.
What size?
Large.
Large. All right.
Okay.
Okay, got it. All right. Congratulations on being a completer. That's a huge accomplishment to come 11 out of the 16 classes. I think that is a huge commitment. I'll get people that come to all of them. So far, Miss Linda has come to every single one of them. Miss Linda and Miss Barbara Hatcher and Sharita Thomas come to every
Yes, I
single
know Miss
class.
Hatcher.
Yes, I
Yes,
love
I
her.
know Miss Hatcher and know Miss Davis.
Well, they come to the morning class, so they've been here every single time since January. All right, so for our knees, this is the part wherever I said, or when I said, to scoot back and allow the chair to hold your legs so you don't have to utilize these quadricep muscles. Do you have to? No. But it takes some pressure off of you to be able, because the point of these movements here is for your knee. So it's not for your hip, it's not for your thighs, it's not for your back, it is for your knee. So as long as you're able to move your knee to be grounded to the floor, that's what's important in this warm-up. So we're still going to have our loose fist. We have, even though I'm connected to the back of this chair, I still have an upright posture. I'm relying on my own muscles and just letting the back of this chair support me a little bit. So the leg that you're not moving, or I'm going to put my toe out. The leg I'm not moving, push a little bit into the floor so that it can be a stabilizer leg, and try it without pushing it to the floor and really feel the difference. So we're gonna poke our toe out there and punch the opposite hand, and then bring it back. Toe out, opposite punch. So if we were standing, this is exactly what we do. We place our foot out there and punch opposite. My knees are just a-popping. Sometimes they sound like potato chips. Makes me want to say, ruffles have ridges. Alright, so our next knee exercise is the one where we step out, shift weight forward, then shift weight back. We can't do that seated. We're going to fall out of our chair if we did that. So the modification for seated is place your heel out. So your toe is kind of pointing back towards you. You can feel that in a different way than when you put your toe out. Again, the leg that's not moving, push into the floor to be a stabilizer for you. It's kind of like using a cane. Just helps give that extra support. And you know that anytime we're using muscle, we're making them stronger, or at the very least, keeping them as strong as they currently are. All right, what we got next? Our ankles. So in standing Tai Chi, we do heel toe, heel toe. That's an awkward position whenever you're seated. So put your foot in the air and rock it in the air. Heel toe, heel toe. You can push this into the floor to be a stabilizer, and then switch. Heel toe, heel toe. If I wasn't allowing this chair to support my thighs, then I couldn't focus fully on that ankle, because I would be using so many more muscles up here to hold my leg up. So that's why letting that chair support you is good. Our other ankle is where we go big toe, little toe. And again, that's hard to do on the floor, so do it in the air. Big toe, little toe. Just like moving your foot side to side. Or seated, you can do full circles with your foot and ankle. So So if you wanted to do side to side, or if you wanted to do full circles, one way or the other way. I mean, the whole point is just warming up our ankle joints. You can put both out there and do like windshield wipers and circles and just however you can move those ankle joints. Just to have a lot more control over what you can do from a seated position versus standing. All right, so those are our warm-ups seated. Any questions about those? We don't do it a whole lot. I like to know that seated Tai Chi is an option. But I personally like standing, and I love the experience of weight transfer. That empty step, then the weight transfer to keep weight on one leg longer to create muscle. And it really, our bodies get stronger and we're less likely to fall. Seated Tai Chi is great, but it's not standing Tai Chi. All right, here we go. So we're going to do our basic 6 several times, our advanced 6, and then we'll put them together. With me staying forward, I'm not worrying about mirror image. If you do Tai Chi one way, then do it the other way the next time we do that move. Because one of the features of this program is that it's balanced. We do one thing to one side, and then we do it to the other side. The only exception is the movement commence. The very first movement, or commencement, we only do it that one way, where we shift right, step out left, and then, do that. So just do the best that you can. And if you do it the wrong way, it's not a big deal. Just do it the other way the next time. All right, so I'm going to scoot up at the top of my chair, and I'm going to do it this way for as long as I can until I feel a little bit of uncomfortable fatigue. So here we go. We're going to start with our hands to our side. Now, with concern of your legs or your feet, you can just have them engaged in the floor, or you can actually push them into the floor as you go through the movements. All right, so here we go. Commence. Up, down, in, up, out, back in. Open and close. Single whip. Push out, turn, separate. Waving hands in clouds. Slow, smooth, and continuous is still the name of the game. Back to center for open and close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. So with this movement, I didn't do anything with my legs. They're just connected to the floor. Now, I can push my foot into the floor whenever it would be a weight transfer. So when I come up, when I come down, I can push that right foot into the floor, pick up that left foot, put it down, then push that left foot into the floor and bring it back. Release both legs for open and close. So I can kind of mimic weight transfer just pushing into the floor. And so that's kind of a level up of doing nothing. You don't have to push your feet into the floor at the exact time that you would transfer weight. You may just kind of pump your feet back and forth. Just push, push, push. You know, it's kind of hard to tell, but that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing my right and releasing it, pushing my left, release. I'm doing just this little pumping. My heels are coming off the floor, not even my whole foot. That's a way to engage the legs. You know, just listen to your body, but please don't step out of your chair and fall out of your chair. So here we go. Let's do it again. Another thing that you can do, I forgot to say, is you can use your mind's eye to think about you doing it as if you were standing. And so when you're seated, you can get away with closing your eyes. You're a little more supported by a chair. When you're standing, I don't recommend closing your eyes. It can be disorienting. So if you want to envision you doing it as if you were standing. All right, here we go. So from the top, whatever choice that you want to make with what to do or not to do with your legs. We got that good upright posture. Slow, smooth, and continuous. Here we go. Commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. So hopefully you're getting in that Tai Chi mode, however you chose to do that. One tip, you know, as I was doing that waving hands in clouds and I got to the end, or not waving hands in clouds, to the single whip going into the waving hands in clouds, then I know the hand that I follow as I open up in the single whip, it stays there while this one comes down. Then I switch to do that waving hands in clouds. And so that's just a tip. It's like the hand that you're looking at, it's like you're having superpowers for it to be still for a second while this one gets in place for the waving hands in clouds, and then switch to make that turn. So whatever helps you remember, but I like the thought of that being a superpower to hold that hand there at the end of that move. All right, let's do it one more time, then we'll do our part 2. Here we go, and commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Close it out. So if you ever watch, and you probably haven't, I have the DVD. I don't know how many I have, but if y'all are interested, let me know and I'll look. But if you've ever seen Dr. Lamb's seated Tai Chi, that's what it is. It's the basic 6. He doesn't do the advanced 6 movements as part of his seated Tai Chi program. So, but that doesn't mean you can't do advanced 6 movements. I'm just telling you how Dr. Lamb's program is set up. Basic 6 is the movements we do for seated Tai Chi. When it comes to advanced movements, as y'all know, it's a lot more intense with the weight transfer, hand movement and weight transfer. We go back, we go forward. So they're advanced. And if you were to do those movements seated, you would fall out of your chair trying to do all of that. Whenever we do advanced movements, we go from facing the front to facing the left in that very first swoop. We're not going to turn in our chairs. We're not going to do anything that keeps us from being stable. Now, if you notice, I scooted back in my chair to, again, still have that upright posture. My feet are still engaged in the floor. I just wanted that extra support on my back and the quads of my legs. So all the hand movements of advanced 6 seated go out front. So it's a little bit more intense with your shoulders. So just be aware of that. But we're coming from open and close. And this is how it looks. Brush knee. Here. Separate. Come up and around and push. Turn our hands. Play the lute. Here. Parry punch. Parry. Flip parry. And grab your flowers, punch. Block and close, release and come to our hips. Push the tiger, extend those arms out, back to center for open and close. So see, I stated, good Lord, my English teacher, give me an F. I stayed still in my chair. I didn't even think about what my feet were doing. They're just connected to the floor. And so that's okay, but maybe I do want to pump those feet and get some engagement in the muscle, but I don't have to. So let's go now to the other side. Brush knee, we're staying forward. I think I'm doing the wrong. No, I'm doing right. Play the lute. It's disorienting doing things seated and facing y'all. Play the lute, now parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger to the front for open and close. I mean, it's such a weird experience doing these advanced movements without the legs, because the legs are such a huge part of the movements in advanced 6. So in 2 weeks, hopefully I'm back to myself, and I hope my body is done with just like one more thing, so that I don't have to make adjustments anymore. But let's do it one more time, the base or the advanced 6, and then we're going to put them together. It is 222. All right. So we're coming from open and close at the end of basic 6. Brush knee. Staying out front. Play the lute. Parry punch. Guard, flowers, deliver. Block and close to our hips. Push the tiger, extend, open and close. Brush knee. Really is odd to say brush knee when our knees still. Play the lute. Parry punch. Deliver those flowers. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. So it probably seems funny to fully see the front of me doing these moves, because typically I turn around. Alright, basic 6 and advanced 6. From the top, commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Still counting to 6. Open, close. Brush knee. All the way out front. Play the loop. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Lock and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. How's that? Let's do it one more time, then we'll cool down. Remember, the lesson of today is increased body awareness. So I could scoot up in my chair and engage more muscles, but I need to let this chair help support me today like I don't usually, but I'm listening to my body. Listen to your body if you start feeling tension in your shoulders, because they're worked a lot more from the going out front seated position, and just make sure you let go of that tension. So body awareness. All right, to their sides. Let's go from the top and commence. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Waving hands in clouds. Open, close. Single whip. Did we we do this? I'm having a brain fart. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the cupcakes I'm going to eat tonight for my daughter's birthday. You know how your mind just wanders? My mind wandered to the cupcakes I bought at Walmart.
That's your daughter's birthday.
I know what's funny is I bought her cookies to take to dance, and then I thought, well, heck, she won't have any to bring home. I better buy some cupcakes too. So I bought cookies and cupcakes. I bought the candles. I mean, 18 years ago, who was the real hero? Me. Open and close. I deserve cake on my kid's birthday. All right. Brush knee. We're at our advanced movements. Play the lute. Y'all, Walmart's got some good cupcakes. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open and close. Brush knee. Play the lute. Parry punch. Block and close. Push the tiger. Open, close. Close it out. We did it. Let's give ourselves a nice fist massage. My legs hadn't worked too hard today in our Tai Chi. But those of you who are standing, your legs definitely will be fatigued from all the weight transfer. Now let's gather tension and let it go. As our lesson of body awareness today, you know, we want to pay attention to that tension when we hold it and let it go. Because if we tense up, we can cause ourselves more pain. So recognize it and let it go. Shoulder circle. It's a little different doing this movement seated because my lap is in the way to do that circle. I definitely feel the intensity in my shoulders when I do seated Tai Chi. All right, we have our fist representing our strength, our fingers together, our friendship, our thumb in, humility, and I was definitely humbled today, and that's okay. We're good to know that we are always here to learn. We always know too that there's no such thing as a perfect Tai Chi, and so it's good to see that, you know, even as long as I've done Tai Chi, as much as I do Tai Chi in a week's time, I still mess up. And Dr. Lamb doesn't expect perfection from us, but he does instruct us to pay attention and fix it whenever we notice something. But we put those together and we say namaste and mutual respect. So thank y'all so much for bearing with me today and doing Tai Chi a little differently. I will see y'all in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be back at it at my normal self. I'm counting on it. Thank you. I will. I'm looking forward to my mom visiting. She wasn't able to come at Christmas. What she does is she comes down from Kentucky. My brother lives in Woodstock, and she stops at his house and stays a few days and then comes to my house. Well, when she was there at Christmas, that whole house got hit with the flu. And so I told Mom to go back home because if she got sick, she didn't want to be 600 miles from home. She'd want to be at home. So I haven't seen her since last summer, and it's about time I see my mom. So I'm really looking forward to it. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful 2 weeks. If you need me, let me know. I mean, I'm not disappearing. Just let me know, and we'll keep moving forward. Okay?
Enjoy your cupcakes.
I will. Love y'all. I love y'all as much as I love sugar. And that's a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
All right. Love y'all. Talk to you next time. Oh, how do I stop it? Oh, there it is. Stop.